A new study done by the climate advocacy group Planet Reimagined shows the majority of music fans are open to hearing about climate change from their favourite performers. The group surveyed more than 350,000 fans who attended at least one live concert in the US in the past year. It found 70% of fans were not opposed to performers using their platform to address climate change. In fact, more than half of those surveyed think artists should speak out. Nearly three-quarters of fans believe climate change is an important issue, with even more saying they're already taking action themselves on the matter. Adam Met is the founder of Planet Reimagined and a UN sustainability advocate. And you might also know him as a member of the popular group AJR. He joins me now from Raleigh in North Carolina, the latest stop on the band's current tour. Always great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So let's talk about this new research carried out by your organisation, which shows that live music fans are ready to hear from their favourite artists about climate action. Planet Reimagined surveyed 350,000 fans. What all did this research reveal?
It was an incredible project because if you think about it this way, when you're at a concert, there is palpable energy that really you can cut with a knife. And around 250 million people attend concerts in the United States every year. So imagine if you could take all of that energy and use it for good, use it to help combat climate. And one of the most amazing things that we found out is that fans are actually ready to do that. They are actually ready to take action on climate, especially if the artist asks them to. And they're ready to do it right there on site. It's amazing, but 3/4 of fans actually believe that climate change is a problem, and 78% of them are already taking action on climate. So if we think of that as a base, we actually have so much room to grow, but also so many people who are starting at a great place.
So what exactly do these fans want to hear from their favourite bands and artists, and what calls to action on climate change are they likely to respond to? How far would they actually go, do you think?
It's funny, just a handful of years ago, you would have thought that we want artists to just focus on the music, just go up there and sing, take us away from our problems. But our world is so connected now that fans want artists to be their guides, want to invite them in to share with them the process of how to engage around climate. And we are way past the changing from plastic straws to paper straws. We are way past the idea of, I'm going to agree to go vegan for one meal a week, right? The kinds of actions that we're looking for people to take are real concrete things that are going to get elected officials, governments, and companies to make changes. So right there on site, we are having people sign petitions. We're having people register to vote, learning about who to vote for that would make a difference for climate, and actually contact their elected officials right there on site by writing them letters or calling them and leaving them messages. But one of the most impactful things we found is that it's not just if the artist says, will you do this? Will you take this action? It's if the artist says, will you take this action, and I'm going to do it too. If fans see that the artist is actually taking action themselves, they are much more likely to participate in that action.
And as a member of a band yourself, has this been your experience with fans? And what do you tell them when dealing with such a bleak issue like the future of this planet, with climate change spinning out of control?
Climate change is a massive issue, and fans know that and artists know that. So there are a lot of artists that are taking action. And one of the most important ways that we can do it is by getting people excited about these actions on site at concerts. And that's what we're trying to do on the second leg of AJR's tour, and we're expanding it to a bunch of other tours across the United States. These really simple, easy actions for people to get involved. It's not about your own carbon footprint. It's about how can we take your own voice and amplify it, make it so much bigger so that elected officials and governments start making these concrete changes we need to see.
And AJR is currently on a tour of the United States, and you're partnering with local climate groups at each stop along the way. When people go to your concerts, what can they expect on this front?
Absolutely. So it's a real balance. In order to do this study, we partnered with national companies and organizations like Ticketmaster and Green Nation, which is Live Nation's sustainability arm, Reverb, Climate Outreach, and a bunch of others. But the real win here is when we can get people to work with local organizations. People are much more likely to volunteer and participate in local issues, whether you're talking about environmental justice or river cleanups or local specific actions that people can take to try and get petitions passed, things like that. So if you can have a local organization volunteering and taking time on the concourse of a concert, you're going to get many more people to volunteer their time. We're not talking about money, we're talking about people spending their time to make the planet a better place.
Adam Met, thank you so much for joining us and for all that you do.
Thank you so much.